Good morning, grade 4. This is Teacher Mark. Our lesson for today is all about understanding fraction. So let us start. What is fraction? So it represents a part of a whole relationship. It tells how much of a whole it represents, or in short, it represents a part of a whole. Okay. So this is an example of fraction. So let's talk about the parts of fraction first. So first is on that upper part, that's what you call numerator. Then on that part, that's what you call fraction bar. And on the lower part of fraction bar is denominator. So we can read this 5/7 or 5 over 7. These are the parts of the fraction. So let's classify a fraction or classifying fraction. First is proper fraction, improper fraction, and mixed number. So what is proper fraction? The proper fraction whose numerator is less than the denominator or less than its denominator. So these are the example: 5 over 7, 2 over 3, 7 over 9. So those all fraction that has less than its numerator by its denominator, or the numerator, rather the numerator is less than to its denominator. So that is proper fraction. Okay. Next, what is improper fraction? Proper fraction whose numerator is less than to its denominator or than the denominator. So the example are 9 over 8, 5 over 2, 15 over 7. So those are the improper fraction. So what is mixed number? Mixed number is a composed of full number and a fraction. So just like see 1 over 1 and 5, 7, 5 and 2 third, and 8 and 7, 8. Teacher question, what if numerator and denominator are the same? Are we classified as a mixed number? No. We can classify that as an improper fraction. Again, if the denominator and denominator and numerator are the same number, like 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 1,000, 1,000, 12, 12, and so forth, that is improper fraction because they are equal to 1. So next, how to change improper fraction to mixed number and vice versa. Teacher, what is vice versa? Vice versa is when you say vice versa, as you may see, changing improper to mixed number, and when you say vice versa, mixed number to improper fraction, o magkabaliktad naman. So how do we do that? So first thing is changing improper fraction to mixed number. So let's say we have 9 over 7. 9 over 7 is an example of improper because 9 is greater than to 7. So how do we change that into mixed number? So first, we need to divide the numerator by its denominator. So 9 will be inside of that division symbol and 7 is outside of division symbol, and then you just divide. Next. After that, we need to write its quotient. It will become the whole number for the new mixed number, and then 2 or the remainder itself will become the new numerator, and you just copy its denominator or the old denominator. Okay? Next, 15 and 6. 15 and 6 is an example of improper fraction because 15 is greater than 6. Therefore, we need to divide it again. So let's write it. So as you may see, you divide 15 by 6, so therefore that is 2, and then 2 times 6 is 12. Okay? And then 15 minus 12 is 3. So how do you get the 2 over 3, 6? So first, you need to write 2 as a new or the whole number or the quotient, and then next is you need to write 3 or the its remainder as a numerator, and then you just copy its old denominator. But as you can see, there is an or because 3 over 6 is can be simplified. Later, I will explain what is simplifying fraction. So as you may see, improper fraction 8 over 8, or they have the same for our last example for changing improper fraction to mixed number. We need to divide only the number 8 divided by 8, that is equal to 1. Though, teacher, can we write 1 over 1? Yes, but I think it's 1 is enough to write it. Okay? So what is vice versa? So vice versa is you need to changing mixed numbers to improper fraction. So in short, binaliktad. So that is, so for example, we have 1 and 2, 7. We need to change it into improper. So how do we change it? First is you need to multiply. You need to multiply the denominator and then its whole number. And then after that, you need to plus it. Okay, so for example, 7 times 1. And just like 7 times 1, that is 7. And then after that, you need to add its numerator. So that is 9. Okay. And then its denominator, you just copy its old denominator. Another example. So 3 and 3 pip. So in 3 and 3 pip again, you need to multiply 5 times 3 and then plus 3. Always, you need to first multiply. So 5 times 3 is 15. Okay, 15. And then after you multiply, you need to add 3. So we need you will having the 18. And then you just copy the old denominator. Just like that. So that is what you call the vice versa of it. Okay? How to simplify a fraction. Okay, so simplifying a fraction is you need to simplify a certain number or a certain fraction. So just like this, 3 and 3 over 6. So you need to simplify, you need to locate a number that if you if you divide to the numerator, it is also available to 6. But take note, you need to find the number that if you divide the both part of the fraction, there is no remainder. Just like this, 3 over 6. So if you divide 3 over 3 from the both number, there is no remainder. Therefore, just like this, 3 divided by 3 is equals to 1, and 6 divided by 3 is equals to 2. Okay, so therefore, the simplified fraction for 3 over 6 is 1/2. Okay, next, 8 over 8. Okay, 8 over 8 is equals to 1. Therefore, the simplified fraction for 8 over 8 is 1. Next, 4 over 12. Again, you need to know more about the two numbers. First, 4 over 12. And then find the number. If you divide for the numerator and denominator, they are also available on it. Or, in short, divisible. Okay, so therefore, 4 divided by 4 is 1 and 12 divided by 4 is 3. Therefore, 1/3 or 1 over 3 is divisible by 4 over 12. Next, letter C, 15 over 60. As you may see here, 15 and 60 is divisible by 3 and 3. So 15 divided by 3 is 5, and 60 divided by 3 is 20. So, but in this scenario, 5 over 20 is also, we can simplify it again. So therefore, teacher Mark think, uh, think again that 5 over 20 is divisible by 5 and 5. So, after that, we divide 5 divided by 5. The answer is 1. And then 20 divided by 5 is equals to 4. Therefore, the simplified fraction of 15 over 60 is 1/4. Last. So, if we have a improper fraction, we need to simplify it. So how do we simplify it? Just like in changing improper to mixed number, you need to divide it. So 17 divided by 9, so that is 1. 1 times 9, and 17 minus 9 is equals to 8. Therefore, you just write it. So its quotient will become the whole number, and then the remainder will become its numerator, and 8 will be, or 9 will become its denominator. So for that, thank you. Always remember, fraction represent a part of a whole, or fraction is a part of a whole. Parts of fraction is numerator, fraction bar, and denominator. So classification of fraction, proper fraction, improper, and mixed number. Okay, for that, thank you. Hope you something learn more about for teacher Mark.